Hello and welcome to another game in the Line War T2 2024 tournament. Today it's between AKA in blue and Animorph in red. In red. Two of the absolute best players. Like both of these could win the tournament. Obviously they can because one will go out after this round, but both huge potential for winning the tournament. And we actually have a tournament winner among us here. That's AKA. He won not the last tournament, but the one before that. And the very first tournament, Animorph came second. So these players are players in the top league. The last tournament, AKA and Animorph got kicked out of the tournament by nickname. So yeah, they have that in common at least. And I think actually the one where AKA won the tournament is he actually kicked out Animorph. So now is the time for Animorph to take revenge from that, because that back then AKA kicked out Animorph and went on and won the whole thing. Now could be Animorph turn to kick out AKA and win the whole thing. That could be quite a revenge, so to speak. Both players flew straight through the group stage. To be honest, not too much hassle there. So 3 wins to both. Animorph are lucky enough to just go straight into the quarterfinals, while AKA just had to play a knockout game against Quaterfinals that he won without spending a single life. So both of these players have 2 lives, which means it's basically a best of 5. Like to kick the other player out, you need to win 3 games, because like assuming the other player will spend his 2 lives. And now the fun thing about this map is it's the exact same where we just watched Nickname and Barracuda play it out on. So it's going to be interesting to see how these 2 guys play it. The Nickname Barracuda game, Nickname started on these 4 territories and Barracuda started down here. Both also picked like this starting position, but Nickname just slightly more north. And here comes the first disagreement on the best starting position. Animorph go in the center, and AK actually takes quite a cornered position. But I mean, it's not too far to get here, you could say. You just need a transport boat and you're straight off to this spot. But I think Animorph really has a good position in this game. It's a center position, just like Nickname last game. But he has the added value of having these 2 points of interest available right from the beginning. So he has gas, he has eco. It will be very easy for Animorph to expand up here and expand down here. I think if I was Animorph, all I would think about is basically get over here and cut off AKA if possible. But at least cut him off here and then push up here. And then the other very important thing is cut off AK from getting any foothold over here. And you can basically say the opposite for AK. Very important to get over here straight away. Maybe even cut off Animorph here if possible. And in the north, I would see if I could rush through here and maybe cut off Animorph already here. That would be so much easier for AK to work with. so he doesn't have to move his army all the way around. But let's see what the two-player does. It seems like AK favors a southern position, but I imagine he will like crawl up through the territories and basically pick maybe, I don't know if he can pick this straight away, probably not. So I imagine it will be something like this, this, and this. And then we'll see maybe a shipyard here with a transport, and then a bunch of production up here. The question is, will he use air? For Animorph, I think air will be a very valuable tool in this fight. He's going across like this. I think that's a good idea. Maybe I would have been a bit more aggressive, go here instead of this. But maybe he just wants to use these as backcapping. And Animorph actually wants the whole seaside. Could be to help with vision. It could be to easier put down shipyards. And the air comes in play, and he's actually going with the transport troops. So he's going transport or commando drop instead of shipyard. I don't think I actually got to say it, but I think the air will be very valuable for Animorph, because he's not sure exactly what AK will do, but with air he can just cover so much. Like he can cover almost, at least, fights up here, obviously here. He can directly threaten AK's base, and he can cover down here. He can cover the bay. Like, such a central airport is just very, very strong in my opinion. Very versatile, a lot of mobility, and even if AK has anti-air here, maybe missile ships in the bay, well, you can still use them down here. You can still use them up here. So yeah, just my 2 cents on why air is still strong. It's the mobility of the units, but of course they can rather quickly be shut down. And I could imagine that AK might do missile ships instead of a transport boat now. Animorph puts down anti-air right away. Can clearly see the players know where each other went. Like Animorph know for certain, almost certain, that AK is over here, despite them not being able to see each other. And where's AK dropping? Over here, okay. And I think it's gonna be really difficult for AK to get a foothold with commandos. And Animorph already put down actually a barracks building commandos. So he's predicting a commando drop basically. He cannot see it. Let's see if he spots it. But very well played to go commandos, which will make it a lot easier for Animorph to spot the commandos from AK. I don't think Animorph will spot this plane at all. I would probably have preferred a transport boat and transfer normal units, but let's see if the commandos can do it. I just feel like this is so slow, like 2 units at a time, and as far as I remember, commandos are just not as strong as the regular infantry. So if AK or Animorph get 4 infantry down here, they can basically beat 4 commandos. But of course the commandos have the stealth, so AK could just walk them over here and start doing proxy bases. But then again, I'm not a tournament winner, so who am I to say what works and what doesn't work? Maybe this is a better way to do it. Animorph for certain knows by now that this is what's happening. Commandos. Animorph will be able to cut off AK. AK actually doesn't have any anti-air. He only has the one missile ship. And where are the planes going now? Is Animorph aggressive? Or is he using them defensively? I cannot see the command actually. Ah! Oh, no, he doesn't spot it. Oh, he's checking for gas, I think. But it's the right thing to do, to be aggressive with the planes. Because he will get a lot of information now. He will spot this, which he can actually target. He will spot the town and the shipyard even. So this is very valuable for Animorph. I think AK put himself in a very tough position now. He chose to not take the fight with the commandos and move them over here, which I think is probably a very good idea, because he just would have lost them anyways. Now Animorph can decide to try to take out this shipyard, and AK will be in big trouble regarding anti-air. He is producing SAMs now, but that means he cannot produce any artillery to defend. And there's actually a lot of infantry on the way. And Animorph can now see some of the production buildings as well. He does target the shipyard, which is a very good idea. I think he can kill this without losing a single striker. He's trying to move around the entrenchment to negate the bonuses the infantry on AK's side gets. A new missile ship just popped out, and that means that Animorph will probably lose a striker. But that doesn't really matter too much. Oh, he might lose his 2. This shipyard has more life than I thought it had. He might lose 3. Yeah, he will lose 3. I think. It just gets out. This is gonna be really tough for AKA. I think Animorph can shut off the SAM production. I mean, maybe not actually. I think that's just because I know what AK is actually building. Probably a good idea to keep them on. It doesn't manage to push through, but he could, as I talked about in the beginning, he could actually kind of cut off Animorph now. Sorry, AK. Here comes the counter. This is dangerous. This is really dangerous. And Animorph already set off his planes, so he has nothing to defend this. This is such a good play from AK. It goes in blind, so a bit lucky. On the other hand, not pure luck, because obviously AK knows that there's a town and a refinery. And he chooses to target the refinery and the planes. Puts his missile ships all the way over here, so they might be able to hit some of this. As it circles around here, yeah, they will distract the planes. So very good counter from AK. And he's just moving that single commando around trying to not get caught, and it actually, wow, that must hurt. That must hurt so much. He's one shot from dying. And no, Animorph can still see him. So that was a really good counter attack from AK. He put down a capping barracks over here. I think that, yeah, with the commando splintered into this army, Animorph will spot it very quickly. Obviously he can already see that the territory is capped. So this is looking really good for Animorph, I would say. Despite the recent loss of refinery and airport. The question is if AK can suddenly build up a big army that can actually push Animorph back here and all the way into his base. But it is hard to push through chokes. Animorph now spots this. And he needs to shut this down. Otherwise it's gonna give him a lot of pain doing the whole game if he let AK get a foothold on the left side of the map. So Animorph has 3 factories, 3 barracks, soon at least. AK with 4 barracks and 3 factories, but 2 of the barracks are producing commandos. Do we? No. So while, like, it was kind of lucky that the airport was here, but it wasn't complete luck, as I mentioned. Like Animorph, or AK, sorry, knows there's a refinery and a town, at least the points of interest. This is a bit more lucky, or good, or just good intuition. Like where would Animorph put down his buildings? Well, there's a big chance that he put them down in a forest, and if he starts here, like, this is actually an obvious spot to put them. So I don't know if it's because AK predicts there's buildings here, or if he just wants to cut off any supporting units from Animorph. He lost the 2 barracks here, but he hasn't given up on getting a foothold on this side of the map. But he might be able to take out these buildings. Producers. Animorph need the air support, so he decides to build one more in the mountains, a bit more hidden. There's this single guy from AK that got away. And now suddenly AK is really pushing. Let's look at the eco. 1000 for Animorph and almost 800 for AK. So I would still say that AK is in a very tough position. And he's barely started to cap anything up here, while Animorph has a capping barracks. But he could get a artillery blob that maybe could push all the way through. He gets 1 barracks, which means the reinforcements from Animorph will be even slower, so AK might get the second one as well. Animorph doesn't seem too worried since he puts down a town, but he did put down a second barracks. And yeah, he spotted this proxy base. And I think there's enough units here to get rid of that. AK is moving his helis here. I think he might want them over here, which could hurt Animorph a lot, because Animorph has a lot of eco and no anti-air. Animorph decides to go with the helis from the airport. AK finally got a cabbing barracks up here. And his buildings, yeah. He wants to get a grip on this part of the map. This is actually scary, because Animorph has no way to deal with it, and all of his eco is tied to this part of the map. Well, obviously not all of it. He has a few industries up here, and the territories itself, but it's 2 towns and it's 4 industries, 5 industries, and a lot of territory. This is a really good move from AK. And I'm not sure how Animorph wants to handle it. He doesn't have any energy to use this single heli he has. Not that it would make a difference at the moment. Animorph also... Oh, I keep messing around with because they still both have like the same starting letter. Then I can't keep track of it. That's a bad excuse. AK put his missile ships here to actually already defend if any air support from Animorph comes along. And I don't know if... Yeah, Animorph probably knows that there are missile ships here. I think he had the vision just before, so that's why he's taking this reroute. He got rid of this, but he's in big trouble here. He doesn't spot these buildings yet, so he doesn't know how much AK has actually invested in this part of the map. Instead, Animorph, oh my god, this is gonna be a long game. Instead, Animorph has decided to put down a factory and really push on this northern part. But this part is not at all as interesting as this part. You have 3 cities, a bunch of industries, and a single gas, as well as really good expansion options. While this just has a single town and a single gas. So right now Animorph is investing in territory that is not that interesting compared to this part. AK is running low on gas, but he has plenty options to expand on that. This could end up very badly for Animorph. He's not prepared for this at all. He's not even sending any units down. But it's because he doesn't know how much AK actually has here. But now he will see that the regular infantry is showing up, so he must know that either a transport boat is on the loose or there's producers here. So I think it would be wise for Animorph to just dig in and send units down here to reinforce. He cannot afford to lose this part. But he keeps investing in this area. And I think it's such a big mistake that it might cost him the game. Though he's in a very favorable position, he almost has the double income. But he just doesn't have the time to build up the army. Like, he has so much money, he can just put down whatever he feels like. But he doesn't have the time to actually produce an army that can fight off this army. But of course you could also just bet that you want to push through here and push through here and say, okay, I'm gonna lose this, but I'm gonna like try to defend it, so it will take some time for AK, and in the meantime, if I can just get into his main starting base, it doesn't really matter that much that I'm slowly losing this part. That might be the thoughts Animorph has here. Could be my guess at least. Just gonna check the music again. I feel like it's hope it's fine then in the video. I think we will start to see a shift in the economy, but the question is AK so far behind that it's too late? And though I'm complaining about Animorph's investment here, it is looking pretty scary for AK. Like, it's gonna be tough to defend his main base. And he's starting to see the producers put down over here. But he has to be quick. Animorph building a bit more on this side. How much can Animorph see? Still not too much. AK could actually start to attack this main base. Maybe it's just me. Like, I would play it safe from Animorph and prioritize this. But it might be the right choice to just say, I don't care, let's just push. I can get through here. It might be the right call. AK is in big trouble at least. So AK should probably soon dig in here instead. Yeah, I don't know. I think Animorph's economy advantage will bring him in the win. It's too late for AK. Despite this looking really, really good. You can see everything now. And as mentioned, Animorph just has so much money, it just puts down 3 more. 3 more producers. Okay, put down 3 more. Like, how many producers have these 4 producers destroyed? Of course, they're getting help from these 3 as well, but Animorph's economy is actually still increasing. And as long as it does that, doesn't matter too much, I guess. And I think I'll start to accept that Animorph's choice was better than my suggestion, and just pushing AK's main base is the best way to go. AK is switching to normal infantry now. He realizes he's in trouble. He's even building more producers. Does he know how many units is on the way? Sorta. But he's really raining down fire on this area. And he knows of these producers. Is that a rare mistake by AKA? A micro mistake? Putting down a defensive line and even in the wrong direction? I don't think I ever... maybe it's... Actually, maybe it's not a mistake at all. Maybe it's... I don't know. Maybe it's the fear of units coming from here. I'm not sure. Animorph has decided it's probably time to try to handle this situation. Which means that all of a sudden Animorph has 4 producers and 4 producers, so 8 producers to counteract all of this, and you can add 3 more producers to that. But he's not putting them far enough back. AK will just get this. These will be fine for a time. AK has so many helis. But he is against the timer. AK is really against the timer. And he's trying this trick again. It's not gonna work this time. I think all of the planes will go down. I wonder if they even get to drop the commandos. Yeah, probably on the haste command. Yeah. But they will go down. All of them. So that's not too scary. Will he be able to fight or destroy these buildings though? It's gonna be very important for him, for AK. And Animorph just puts down another 4 producers. But that's just like, that's the position Animorph put himself in. He put himself in a very good eco position, and I think he's kinda like feeling good despite this. Like, sometimes you reach a point with so much economy, it doesn't matter that much that you lose producers now and then. And I don't know what AK is spending his money on at the moment. If we put down even more producers here, maybe this one? I can't remember if it was there before. But I think this is the final battle, and AK just cannot defend that. And he will lose momentum now that these 4 producers are up and running. Animorph is holding okay at this part. I think this is a mistake from AK. Like he, like what's it called? Like he just forget to remove the command. AK on 1100. Animorph a bit more still now, around those 1550. But this attack really seems to get through. Which means more or less game over for AK. If he loses all of this, like, he will only have this tiny part. Animorph decides to dig in, which means he will hold this. And he's also holding this, so I think that means the momentum AK had over here is dying out. Whatever money he gathers, he needs to spend over here, so he cannot continue the momentum. He cannot push more on this side. He just doesn't have the money for it. Yeah, as this dies out now, I think that's game over. That means Animorph is taking the first step to get the revenge on AK. From 2 tournaments ago. AK hasn't given up just yet. These are very easy to spot when they're out in the open, so Animorph will spot them in just a moment. And as AK loses all of this, it doesn't really matter. There's just no way he can defend that. And that's it. Congratulations to Animorph for winning the first game here. That means AK has to spend a life. Like, look at this economy difference. That's just insane. Yeah, AK lost a life, and that means now AK has to, he has to win against Animorph 3 times, and Animorph has to win against AK 2 more times. So really cool game. I think AK put himself in a bad position with that starting pick. He did play very well considering the starting pick, but I think it was over almost from the get-go. But a really interesting game to watch, and good luck to both of them in the coming games. I cannot wait to watch the other games between them. These are very entertaining games to watch. So yeah, hope you enjoyed it just as much as I did. Thanks for watching. See you around. Bye.